It's Levi from InterNACHI Marketing again. Today I'm going to do something a little bit different in that I'm going to talk through a specific thing about logo design rather than breaking down one specific logo and walking through the process. As always, I'll start with recognizable logos over here. And the thing I want to point out is that all of these logos up here belong to companies that produce athletic equipment, running shoes, etc. The first thing I want to point out is that none of these logos look like one another. And this is not by accident. This is a very intentional choice that when these companies were setting up, they looked around at the people who were doing a similar kind of thing and they actively tried to make their logo look different and unique. And the reason they did this is because if your logo looks too much like your competitor's logo, what you might end up doing is just getting work for another person, because if they match, what's the difference between hiring you and hiring someone else? So part of what logo design is trying to create a unique image that sets you apart from people who provide similar services. And the same is true down here for fast food companies. All of these logos produce burgers. The only logo in which a burger actually appears is the Burger King logo, and it's mostly font here. You can see the buns on the top. But all of them are, they use red because red makes people hungry. Red, orange, yellow are all like food colors are associated with hunger. But they all are trying to make their specific logo design look unique and different from the people who are producing a similar kind of food and similar services. So an example over here, we'll go over here with good logos. So what makes for a good logo is having an image that is tied to or connected to your company name, if there's an image at all. With something like cedarwood, you have the trees that connect to this part of the company name. With Diamond Edge, you have the diamond that connects here. With Saintly, you have the Saint Bernard. And with nest, you have the nest that's connected to the bird. So the image serves to reinforce that specific home inspector. So the fastest way then to make a poorer logo would be to pick a generic image that connected to home inspection and just slap that above the text. What happens with a logo like this is I end up having to describe the company name as text with a house on top, and unfortunately that describes so many logos that someone can end up hiring someone else just based off the description of your logo itself. These images, the diamond is to connect to diamond, that's again Saint Bernard to Saint. The images are intentional and they are about specifically getting this inspector hired as opposed to a whole bunch of people who provide similar services, which is what these are for. So a generic solution for a logo design isn't necessarily a good solution. It's functional, but that's not the same thing as being successful. Anyway, I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, you can get a hold of us at marketing.nachi.org, and thank you for your time.